Well, what you can hear in the background is the noise of excited students who have just finished lunchtime and are returning to their classrooms. We are celebrating being back together and reunited as a community. We've had some wonderful house celebrations in the middle and senior school, which have allowed our senior students to be farewelled in a way that's created great excitement for them. We've got camps that have taken place for our junior school students, and again, huge excitement amongst our Year 7s, 8s and 9s as they begin their camps, and our Year 9s have their Ballarat-based city site experience. We're looking forward to sharing with you today so much of what's been going on as our community rejoices in being back together. Well, what do you do when you can't go to Melbourne but it's time for city site? You have hindsight, you have mountain site, you have surf site, and you have the Ballarat version of city site. So Perry, what's it been like having Ballarat-based city site the last week or so?
It's been really fun. So we're doing a project on how we can make Ballarat a more thriving community around, we've been doing it based at school.
Yeah, good. And Sanjo, somehow you managed to squeeze in surfing as part of Ballarat-based city site at Lorne yesterday.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It went really well actually. Knowing that Melbourne's based around city and like lots of skyscrapers, something new, like little town, nice beach.
And it was nice and warm yesterday at Lorne?
Yeah. At the end,
Awesome, we'll have a great program. Well, Claire, you're the lucky one because the other City Site staff members have volunteered you for the video.
Yes, thank you.
We've transposed City Site from Melbourne to Ballarat. How have you managed to keep real meaning in the learning program moving it out of Melbourne? And what's been used to sustain that sense of excitement that the students always experience when they're thinking about City Site?
Yeah, well, I'll admit that it's been difficult. We're very blessed to have a space in Melbourne that lends itself to immediate engagement, collaboration, communication between the students. And so that's been tricky to replicate at school. But if we step back and think about the broad concepts of social justice and the issues that we try to address and teach students, all of that's really transferable. It doesn't really matter where you live or where you are. Those social issues exist in communities like Ballarat. So we've changed the focus to learning less about Melbourne and Melbourne being a thriving, buzzing place to actually, well, Ballarat has a lot to offer in terms of learning about these social issues. In terms of the engagement piece, we've really broken the week up into thinking about how students can engage within a classroom setting, use their time differently, learn independently, communicate and collaborate with each other, and then broken that up with little immersion experiences outside of the classroom, which has been a real win for the students. The pace has changed, and yeah, we're able to just continue learning all of these transferable skills between Melbourne and here.
Yeah, and you sense that in the way that they're describing what's going on. Thanks for all you've done.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
I've said it before, I know, but we are hugely grateful to our teachers for the incredible work that they have done in working with our students during these periods of learning at home and then to support them in returning to school. Parents, again, have just been outstanding partners with us as we've managed these periods of learning at home. And then the other heroes in the equation, of course, are our students, particularly these ones who are our Year 12s doing their final days and heading off to SWATVAC and then their exams. We're just delighted to have a VCE art exhibition which we will record and bring to you, and VCE celebrations are now permitted for students, albeit live streamed to parents. We are still looking forward to a great celebration for our students. James, how's it been getting back to school and now looking ahead towards the exams?
Well, it's been quite a challenging year, but I think so far our year's done well coping with the changes, and we're all studying very hard for our exams, done lots of practice exams, so I think we'll all do well as a collective.
Yeah, well done. I think we're all describing you as COVID heroes because you've just been phenomenal in the face of so much adversity, and we're all very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm in the new junior school reception, which is just a spectacular building and one of the most welcoming entry spaces you could imagine. And we look forward to welcoming you to this space as soon as we're allowed adults back on campus. The Junior School is a buzz, like the rest of the school, with the Year 5s and 6s out on camps last week. We've also got the prep transition mornings beginning shortly, and preparations are underway for the Junior School production for all year levels to be involved, but led by our Year 6s. Well, after an extraordinary year, we return to that familiar sense of feeling terribly sad that our Year 12s are leaving us, but at the same time excited for them and their very impressive futures. I hope that you and your children have a great term ahead, and I thank you once again for all of your support as we've transitioned back to school and moved towards increasingly creating a normal term filled with excitement and opportunity for your children.